Alright guys, so for today we have a brand new review for a brand new collectible. Well, future collectible I like to say. We're looking at the Jurassic World Dominion, no I'm just kidding, the Jurassic World Rebirth D-Rex, also known as the Distortus Rex. This one in particular is the Rumble and Rampage Distortus Rex. First impressions, this thing is massive and very expensive, ran for $50 at Walmart today. I have not seen the new movie yet, but the way this thing is popping up all over YouTube and social media, this thing is probably the biggest seller, if not the Spinosaurus. That's another big one. Anyway, this guy has several different parts of articulation, although you can tell that it's mostly just simple. It's mostly just a couple of action features, and that's it. So let's take a look at the size of this guy. I got my lucky little measuring tape. It's about, I'd say it's just short of 20 inches long from head to tail. And then if we take a look at the height, I guarantee it's not going to be, well, I'm not quite sure. If we go with the bottom of the box, yeah, it's about 8.5, maybe just under 9 inches tall at the highest point. That refreshing measuring tape sound when it retracts. All right. Whew, this thing is big. So it has, I like how it shows up on camera because it has a much better color on camera than it does in real life. In real life, it looks just a tad bit more green than it does on this camera. So, anyways, I can tell it's something they were trying to use when they were making the Tyrannosaurus Rex. This one didn't come out very good. So we got this guy. There's an action feature right here, and I think you also twist the tail to activate the other action feature. Looks like there's two of them. So I'm very excited to show you guys that. This thing is really big, I'm telling you. Let me turn him in the box here so you can see him from the front. See, when I first saw the trailer, the first trailer, oh, there's Darth Vader. Get too distracted easily. I thought it looked like a mix between a Rancor from Star Wars and a Xenomorph from the Alien films. And it does, head on, that's what it looks like. But luckily that's not what we're dealing with. No, instead we're dealing with this. So it's mostly a tannish color, at least the action figure is. And then on the top here we have a dark brown with a lot of spotting here and there. You can tell it's a Mattel paint job. The same can be said around the eyes. We have orange eyes. We have dark red mouth here. Let me show you this at a different. This thing is so big. And we have cream colored teeth there. We have long forearms here, or forelimbs, I guess you could say, that get to be brown, almost like a chocolate brown down there with claws on each one. There are painted toe claws back there that are black, so I'm glad for that. The tail is, well, curved upwards, and it goes to the, well, I guess in his case it goes to the right a little bit. And of course down here at the bottom of the box we have the movie logo, which I think looks amazing because it's a bluish color and it turns into a kind of an orange gold kind of color. I really like that. We have the name of the action figure and we have a picture of the animal itself. Looks very close, almost completely accurate, made by Mattel, you can tell. That rhymed. And then of course we have these little short white T-Rex arms, and we'll get to those in a minute because there's something about them. And then let's take a look at the back of the box. We have some diagrams, I guess you can call them diagrams, of the slash attack. that it does. So you twist his tail, he brings his right forelimb up and slashes downwards. And of course, it roars, it has sound effects. I'll show you that. Rage and roar, so it does shake its head a little bit as it roars. It also has what I think is a chomping action. So it's got a couple of different things that it does, and I have to say I am impressed with everything that it's made to do. Just look how huge that box is there. Oh, what's this down here? What's this here? Oh, it's showing you other things that are available. So we have the Spinosaurus, which I don't know if I'm going to buy that one or not, but I did show you guys that in my last video. And then, of course, we have the Mosasaurus, which I just might get because I'm very impressed with that one. And the Quetzalcoatlus looks very nice, too. Man, I just have a feeling that even if the movie isn't that great, I'm just going to be impressed by the animals that we see. I think that's what most of us are there for, is the dinosaurs. And of course, this guy, someone said already, well, I'm not going to say it. I'm just not going to say it. All right, let's go ahead and unbox this guy and see what we got. I just noticed something to take note of here. This brings back memories to the days where I was collecting Dominion figures. The foot is held in here by this peg, which turns into a wheel, and you have to unscrew it just to get the figure out of the box. All right, there goes the box. And wow, guys, what a figure. I have to say, what a figure. We're going to have a lot of fun reviewing this guy. Wow, look at this. Let me sit down here for a second. Oh, it's been a long day. All right, that's not why we're here. But this guy is amazing. How about that? So notice how the feet aren't gigantic. I think this is the first Mattel figure I've ever seen where the feet are not ginormous, or however you want to say it. Wow, guys, this is incredible. I have to say. I'm very impressed with this. How it looks so accurate to what we see. I can't say in the movie just yet because I haven't seen the movie yet, but in the trailer. Let's get it from this angle. Yeah, wow. That is just crazy to look at. I'm really impressed with the feet. I really am. I was thinking about getting the lab lockdown Tyrannosaurus Rex, but you know what? I didn't feel like it was right to buy it for $30, and it's way smaller than this is, and the only thing it does is a chomping action made by pressing a button down on its back, and the mouth doesn't stay open or anything like that. That's one thing that bothers me. So anyways, let's get into the action features of this guy. So first we have the tail. I'm going to move something. There just ain't enough room. So there's this button on the back of the tail. Okay, so that's pretty cool. And then we twist the tail and... hang on. Okay, so it has a slashing action just like that. So I guess that's all it does. I wonder if you can hear the mechanisms in this making noise when the head shakes. If you can, let me know in the comments below. I'm dropping my papers. All right. So those are the two different things that it does. Let's go over articulation because I feel like we really should. I don't know if you consider these wrists, but they do turn. They do articulate, and I'm not sure about that one very much. So that one doesn't it articulates outwards very good, but it doesn't go inwards. Oh, yes it does. Don't listen to me. The white T-Rex arms, because he is white underneath, at least to a certain point. There's the battery pack right there. There's a speaker. He has an on and off switch down here. The feet are black. I'm not sure why. I don't know if that's what the actual figure. creature looks like in the movie, but that's pretty cool. Yeah. The T-Rex arms just kind of dangle there by themselves. They don't articulate and hold a pose, which would be very cool because I think it would be intimidating to display this guy with the arms up like this. So it would almost look like the logo. Let's see, the ankles articulate as well because, well, they have to, being how they were placed in the box. The tail, the tip of the tail articulates. This is a horrible way to show this guy. I'm sorry, I'm using a tripod for the very first time. Yep, here we go. The tip of the tail articulates as well, and, well, the tail turns to do the slashing action. But looking at this figure head on, right there, that's just intimidating because you can't see any eyes like that. All you see is this mass with teeth. But the eyes look pretty good. The eyes are they the same? The exact same as a Tyrannosaurus's eyes? I'm not sure. I can't seem to find where the DNA thing is on this guy. So what kind of batteries does this guy take? So this guy takes 3 AA batteries. Not many things use AA batteries anymore, so that's why the battery compartment is so big. To fit those big batteries in there. He's got an on and off switch. He has plenty of articulation. Of course, I wish that he could just... Oh, he can. Of course, I don't know how good of a pose he'll keep, but oh, actually, he holds a pose very good. So you can actually pose him with one of the arms up. Oh, that is cool. That is a nice pose right there. Wow. Yeah, that's amazing. I have to say, guys, this was a lot of money, but I'm very impressed. And this isn't even a straight dino, if I might say. Of course, the other ones aren't really either. You could argue because of the gene splicing and all that. Still, I'm not surprised that there were a few things that didn't turn out right, particularly something that was as big as this. Wow, and I cannot wait to see it in the movie. If I give my honest review on this, I have to say, other than the paint job being basically as expected, it is a very cool color and it is different from almost every other thing. So I'm glad for that. I hope I'm not leaving anything out. I have to say, it's gonna have to be... I'm thinking... Probably an 8 out of 10. But it's close behind a 9. Because it does everything I would want it to do. It makes noise, it moves, and I'm really impressed with these toe claws. I mean, they look sharp and dangerous. Look at those things. Wow. So there you have it, guys. The Jurassic World Rebirth D-Rex. I've been anticipating this for many, many months. Alright, guys. I hope you all enjoyed this review. I wish it wasn't so long. But there you are. I hope you enjoyed it. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.